You have been in a test for the past few weeks, perhaps even months. You have been undergoing a silent cosmic exam without even realizing it. This is your official notification. The test is over, and you passed. This is not a metaphor. It is a description of a quantum coherence assessment, a highly sophisticated process the universal field uses to verify which nodes of consciousness are stable enough, coherent enough, to anchor higher dimensional realities. It is a graduation.
And in this moment, your results have been officially verified. I will explain exactly what this test was, the counterintuitive signs that prove you passed, and precisely what your new verified frequency status unlocks for you now in your tangible day-to-day reality.
This is not about belief. This is about physics. The physics of resonance and constructive interference. Your consciousness, your very energetic signature, has just demonstrated a stable enough waveform to graduate. You have moved from a chaotic field into a coherent one. This is the very reason why everything has felt so impossibly intense lately. The confusion, the deep penetrating sense of isolation, the feeling of being pushed right to your absolute breaking point. That wasn't failure. That wasn't a sign you were on the wrong path. That was the final exam. Every challenge was a question. Every moment of pressure was a calibration.
Have you ever felt like the universe was pushing you to a limit? Testing your very resolve? Especially in these last few months, that feeling was real. It was the system verifying your capacity to hold a new light, a new foundational code for reality. You were being measured not for your worthiness, but for your stability under immense pressure. The old you had to dissolve. The old world had to fall away. Friendships, jobs, identities, beliefs. All of it was placed on a vibrational crucible. What could not withstand the heat of your new frequency had to burn away, leaving only the pure, resonant core of who you have now become.
That feeling of being in a void, a no man's land between worlds. That was the silent auditorium after you turned in your paper, waiting for the results to be posted. And this transmission is the universe posting your name on the graduation list. If receiving this notification feels like the exact confirmation you've been praying for, anchor this verification into your reality.
So, what is a quantum frequency test and how does it actually work? Let me break down the physics of your graduation. The universe is not a person. It does not judge. It is a system of physics that responds to frequency. When a consciousness is ready to evolve, to hold a more complex and powerful creative signal, the surrounding field will naturally increase its pressure to test the integrity of that signal. It introduces seemingly chaotic events, discordant relationships, and existential pressures. These are not punishments. They are vibrational stress tests. The system is asking a simple physical question. Can you hold your new higher frequency of peace, of knowing, of love, even when the entire world around you seems to reflect the old frequency of chaos and fear? Can you remain the tuning fork when everything else is static?
For months, you have been doing just that. You held the line. You held the light even when you had no logical reason to. This entire process can be understood through the central metaphor of a cosmic graduation exam. Life wasn't punishing you. It was testing your mastery over the curriculum you came here to learn. Every soul chooses a curriculum before incarnating. Lessons in trust, sovereignty, love, abundance. The recent period of your life was the final practical exam for the module you have just completed. The challenges weren't designed to make you fail. They were designed to give you the perfect opportunity to demonstrate your mastery. And you did. You chose presence over panic. You chose trust over terror. You chose your internal signal over the external noise. By the end of this transmission, you will move from wondering if you're going crazy to knowing with absolute certainty that you have graduated. You will understand the tangible evidence left behind in your life that proves it. And you will receive the operational manual for how to wield the new creative authority that comes with your verified status. Your reality is about to change because you already have. Welcome to your new beginning. So, what is a quantum frequency test and how does it actually work? Let me break down the physics of your graduation. It all begins with a principle called quantum coherence. Imagine your consciousness as a broadcast signal. For most of your life, that signal has been what physicists call decoherent. It's a messy waveform full of static, pulled in 1,000 different directions by fear, doubt, societal programming, and past trauma. A decoherent signal is reactive. It gets distorted by its environment. When chaos happens outside of you, chaos happens inside of you. This is the default state for most of humanity. A consciousness that is a product of its circumstances, not a creator of them. A coherent frequency is different. It is pure. It is stable. It is a perfect symmetrical waveform. Think of a perfectly struck tuning fork. Its vibration is so pure, so stable that it doesn't just make a sound. It compels other objects around it to resonate with its own frequency. It brings order to its environment. This is coherence. A coherent consciousness is one that holds its core frequency of peace, clarity, and inner knowing regardless of the chaos happening in the external world. It is a signal so stable that it begins to organize reality around itself rather than being organized by reality. The test, the one you just passed, was an environmental pressure cooker designed to force a choice. The universe systematically increased the energetic chaos in your field, the decoherence, to see if you would finally collapse the old reactive waveform and choose consciously or unconsciously to generate a new, stable, coherent one from within. This entire process has a formal name. We call it the quantum frequency verification. It is the universe's most fundamental quality control system. Think of it as an energetic safety protocol. The universal field does not and cannot grant access to higher order creative power, the ability to consciously architect reality, to an unstable, decoherent frequency. To do so would be like giving the keys to a nuclear reactor to someone who is emotionally volatile. The potential for catastrophic creation, for manifesting realities based on fear and chaos, is too high. So the system must verify your stability first. It must confirm that your core energetic signature can withstand pressure without fracturing. It needs proof that you can hold a frequency of love in the face of hate, a frequency of abundance in the face of lack, a frequency of wholeness in the face of a world that feels broken. This verification is not a judgment. It is a measurement. It is pure physics. And this is precisely why your old perceptions of reality have been failing you so spectacularly. Your ego mind, trained to see life as a linear progression of cause and effect, has been interpreting this verification process as a series of problems. The job that suddenly ended, the relationship that dissolved overnight, the financial pressure that seemed to come from nowhere, the profound sense of isolation. Your mind labeled these events as bad luck. It saw them as failure, as proof that you were doing something wrong, that life was falling apart. But from a quantum perspective, Your life wasn't falling apart. It was being dismantled. The universe wasn't punishing you with problems. It was applying precise pressure to the weakest, most decoherent points in your energetic structure. The old, unstable constructs had to be dissolved to make room for the new verified one to be built in its place. The career built on a frequency of self-doubt had to go. The partnership built on a frequency of codependence had to end. Anything in your reality that was not a vibrational match to the new coherent you that was struggling to be born was systematically and often brutally removed from your field. It wasn't a demolition, it was a recalibration. This leads us to the new paradigm, the single most important insight you must grasp to operate in your new reality. Challenges are not punishments. Challenges are coherence tests. Every single obstacle, every difficult person, every moment of despair that you faced was an exquisitely designed question from the universe. And the question was always the same. Can you hold your center now? Can you maintain your new stable frequency even when the storm is raging around you? Your resistance to the test creates decoherence, fighting what is, complaining about your circumstances, falling into victimhood. All this does is add more static to your signal, proving to the universal field that you are still operating from the old reactive programming. It is the definition of failing the test. But radical acceptance, choosing presence over panic, finding that still point within you and anchoring into it that creates coherence. That is how you pass. This is the vibrational shift, explained simply. The universe introduces chaos to see if you can hold a frequency of peace within it. Think back over the last few months. Can you identify that specific period where it felt like reality itself was pushing you to your absolute limit, demanding a new version of you to emerge? That wasn't a breakdown. That was your final exam. And your presence here receiving this transmission now is the evidence that in the moment of greatest pressure, you did not break. You broadcast. You held the line. You generated a stable signal from within. And the universal field heard it, measured it, and stamped it. Verified for your entire life. You have operated under a silent foundational assumption, an assumption so deep it has colored every prayer, every intention, every moment of struggle. The assumption is this: that you are a student in a cosmic classroom and that the universe, God or the source, is the grand teacher giving you tests to see if you are worthy. Worthy of abundance, worthy of love, worthy of peace, worthy of graduation. We believe life's challenges are designed to measure our merit. And this entire paradigm, this entire framework of reality is fundamentally incorrect. It is the single greatest misunderstanding of our cosmic purpose. Prepare yourself for the central revelation of your entire spiritual journey. The universe was not testing you to see if you were worthy. The revelation is this: the universe was using your consciousness as a stabilization rod, testing to see if a higher, more coherent reality was worthy of being anchored through you. Read that again in your mind. You are not the student taking the exam. You are the exam. This changes everything. It flips the entire dynamic of power from external to internal. It means you are not a passive subject hoping for a passing grade from a distant deity. You are an active, essential, and non-negotiable component of cosmic evolution. Your personal stability is not just a personal victory. It is a universal breakthrough. It is the literal mechanism through which new worlds are born. The chaos you endured was the universal field sending its most unstable, incoherent frequencies into your field, not to see if you would break, but to see if you could hold a coherent signal powerful enough to transform that chaos into order. You were never being judged. You were being measured. not for your worthiness, but for your creative power, your capacity to be the calm in the storm, the eye of the hurricane, the still point around which a new reality could finally crystallize. And with this understanding, your entire approach to life shifts instantly. You stop trying to solve the problems. You stop trying to pass the test. You stop trying to figure out the right answers and perform the right spiritual rituals to appease some cosmic examiner. You simply focus on being, the state of being you can hold, the frequency you can maintain regardless of external conditions, is the answer to every single question on the test. It is effortless. It is a state of surrender, of presence, of radical acceptance. This is how to know you passed the consciousness test. You stopped trying to fight reality and instead became the calm center around which it could reorganize. You didn't conquer the storm. You became the silence that absorbed it. What if the most challenging person or situation in your life wasn't an obstacle, but the final examiner sent to verify your mastery over the old frequency? This insight initiates a profound identity transformation. It is a quantum leap in self-perception. You are no longer a spiritual seeker trying to ascend. That identity has dissolved. The seeker implies something is lost or separate. You are no longer trying to climb a ladder to a higher dimension. You are a reality anchor. You are a foundational pillar, a living, breathing point of coherence through which a new, more stable, more beautiful earth can manifest. Your work wasn't to escape this world, but to fundamentally transform it from the inside out simply by achieving a verified, stable state of being. You are the portal you have been searching for. This graduation is not just an abstract concept. It isn't a metaphor. It left tangible evidence in the fabric of your recent life. Quantum fingerprints all over your graduation certificate. The challenge is, you have likely been trained to misinterpret this evidence as failure, as loss, as proof that you were doing something wrong. Today, that misinterpretation ends. I am now going to walk you through the 3 undeniable signs that prove you have passed the quantum frequency verification. As I describe them, I want you to look back over the last few months of your life, not as a victim of circumstances, but as a detective searching for the evidence of your own mastery. The first sign is the great shedding. For many of you, the most intense phase of the test was marked by an accelerated and often involuntary loss of things you once held dear. A career path that you spent years building suddenly felt hollow, or it was taken from you. A relationship that was a cornerstone of your identity dissolved seemingly overnight. Friendships that lasted decades simply faded away without conflict or explanation. Interests and hobbies that once brought you joy suddenly felt like static, like they belonged to a different person entirely. The ego mind registers this as catastrophic loss. It feels like your world is falling apart, that you are being abandoned, that you have failed. But from a quantum perspective, something entirely different was happening. This wasn't loss. This was a frequency clearing. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, was clearing every decoherent frequency from your personal field. Anything and anyone that could not hold resonance with the new, higher, more stable frequency you were being calibrated to had to be removed. It was not a punishment. It was a preparation. Imagine trying to broadcast a crystal clear radio signal from a station filled with static noise and conflicting frequencies. You could have the most powerful transmitter in the world, but your signal would be garbled and weak. The great shedding was the universe lovingly and efficiently removing every source of static from your broadcasting station. It cleared away the jobs, the relationships, and the identities that were vibrating at the old chaotic frequency so that your new verified signal could broadcast into the field with absolute purity and power. It didn't take things from you. It made space for what is now coming to you. It wasn't your world ending. It was your field being purified. The second sign, which often happens concurrently with the first, is the synchronistic barrage. As the old structures were dissolving, you likely noticed a sudden, almost overwhelming increase in meaningful coincidences, seeing repeating number sequences everywhere you look. Elfcent US cents ons. Bielju. 444 on clocks. License plates. Receipts. Thinking of someone you haven't spoken to in years, and they text you moments later having a complex problem on your mind, only to overhear a conversation between strangers that delivers the exact perfect answer. Your old mind was trained to dismiss this as mere coincidence, a fun little spiritual wink from the universe. But this is not a cute phenomenon. This is physics. This is the first tangible proof that the field is beginning to organize itself around your new coherent frequency. A chaotic, decoherent frequency is reactive. It gets tossed around by the waves of reality. But a stable, coherent frequency becomes a gravitational center. It emits a clear, powerful waveform that begins to pattern the quantum field around it. The synchronicities are the first ripples of this new influence. They are the universe's feedback loop, telling you in the language of mathematics and events. Signal received. We are reorganizing reality to match the new instructions you are broadcasting. This barrage isn't just a sign that you're on the right path. It is the tangible evidence that you have become the path. You are no longer just a traveler on the road of life. You are the gravitational force that is bending the road toward you. Each synchronicity is a quantum echo, a confirmation that your internal coherence is now powerful enough to structure your external reality. The third sign is the most subtle, the most profound, and the one most often mistaken for a problem. It is the still point arrival. After the chaos of the shedding, after the intensity of the synchronistic barrage, there often comes a period of profound quiet, a sense of emptiness, a feeling that can even be interpreted as boredom. The drama ceases. The phone stops ringing. The intense drive to figure it all out dissipates, and you are left in a silent, open space. The ego panics here. It screams, "Something is wrong. I've lost my momentum. I'm depressed. I'm stuck." Let me be perfectly clear. This stillness is not a void. It is the destination. It is the ultimate proof of your graduation. It is the calm after the storm has passed. The moment your new reality has finished rendering and is now sitting in the background, awaiting your first command. This quiet is the sound of a system that has successfully rebooted. The old operating system of chaos and reaction has been uninstalled, and the new operating system of coherence and creation has been fully loaded. This still point is the most sacred space you can inhabit. It is the clean canvas. It is the silent recording studio. It is the quantum field scrubbed clean of all prior interference, now perfectly calibrated to your verified frequency, waiting for you to issue your first decree. To feel this emptiness and not panic. To rest in this stillness and not rush to fill it with noise is the mark of a true graduate. It is the sign that you understand that you are no longer here to react to reality, but to generate it from this place of pristine, potent peace. The shedding, the barrage, the still point. Look back now. Can you see the pattern? I've fully understood the requirements and your request. The content you've provided is rich and layered, and I will now begin the process of transforming it into a completely new, engaging, and compelling narrative. This transformation will integrate the core themes you mentioned, while maintaining an engaging tone, blending New Age spirituality, quantum science, Hermetic traditions, and mysticism. Please give me a moment to work on this. The cosmic awakening, your quantum graduation. Imagine the journey you've been on as more than a mere struggle or a sequence of random events. What if everything you've experienced, the chaos, the confusion, the seemingly impossible pressures, was part of an intricate cosmic design, a sacred structure guiding you through your own awakening? This is the moment when you realize that every challenge you faced, every test, was not a failure but a rite of passage, a cosmic exam that you have now passed. As you reflect on the signs that have appeared in your life, you begin to recognize them for what they truly are. Confirmations, undeniable markers of your growth. No longer can doubt cloud your perception of your journey. The shedding, the synchronicities, and the moments of stillness are the very signs of your transformation. You have graduated, not just in a spiritual sense, but in the very fabric of reality itself. Your frequency has been verified. You are no longer the student. You are the creator. The struggle, the moments of feeling lost and isolated, were not a sign that you were on the wrong path. They were the essential tests of your ability to hold a higher frequency in the face of pressure. Each obstacle was designed to test your coherence, your stability under chaos. And now, you stand as a verified being, a beacon of coherence, a lighthouse in a storm of uncertainty. The process you've undergone is not about mere intellectual understanding, but about embodying your new state of being. It's a shift that transcends thought and enters the realm of the body and soul. In this moment, take a deep breath and feel the release. Let go of the old static that once held you back, the doubts, the fears, the uncertainty. They are no longer part of your reality. As you exhale, feel the space left behind being filled with the pure energy of your newly verified frequency. Now, close your eyes if you can, and bring your awareness to the center of your chest. Visualize a tiny point of light beginning to form there. It may feel small at first, like a distant star, but as you focus on it, it grows, expanding into a brilliant light, radiating warmth and stability. This is the core of your true self, the light that has remained unshaken through the storms. As this light grows, it anchors you into the very heart of your new reality. From above, imagine a beam of golden white light descending, moving with purpose and intent. This is the light of verification, the cosmic seal of approval. It enters your crown, filling your mind with clarity, purging the static of old thoughts. As it moves down, it clears your throat, unlocking your voice, empowering you to speak with newfound authority. It flows into your heart, connecting with that point of light within you, igniting it into full brilliance. Feel the power of this light as it forms a seal within your energetic field. Across this seal, the word verified pulses, a radiant confirmation that your frequency has been recognized and anchored. This is not just a word, it is a living frequency, a state of being that resonates through every cell of your body. As this energy moves through you, feel the tension in your body dissolve, replaced by a profound sense of self-ownership, inner peace, and clarity. Your energy field has recalibrated. What once was unstable and reactive is now steady and pure. Feel the stillness, the silence that now pervades your being. This is not an emptiness, it is a fullness. It is the calm center of the storm, the eye that holds everything together. Your mind is clear, your intuition sharp, and you know without a doubt, that you are standing on the threshold of a new reality. This is the frequency of the graduate, the stable, coherent signal that now organizes your life, your environment, and your reality. It is a deep, resonant power that does not need to force or fight. It simply is. You have anchored this frequency into your being, and as you hold it, you become the foundation upon which your new world is built. Now, take another deep breath and feel this new reality saturating every part of you. Feel the stability in your body, the clarity in your mind, and the power in your spirit. This is your home frequency. It is the anchor point for everything that is to come. You no longer need to strive or push. You are the sun, and your very presence illuminates everything around you. This is the new you. This is your new identity. As you continue to breathe deeply, allow the sensation of peace and power to expand. You have the tools now to operate from this verified frequency. No longer a student. You are the architect of your reality. The old tools of hope, effort, and striving have been replaced with tools of authority, being an effortless command. Your first tool is the frequency lock. It is a simple but powerful technique that allows you to instantly recalibrate when you feel yourself slipping back into old patterns. When the static of doubt or fear creeps in, you stop. You take a deep breath, and with that breath, you activate the lock. You name it, you feel it, and you lock it into place. In seconds, your energy is realigned, your focus restored. This tool keeps you grounded in your new frequency. The second tool is the decree of is in the past. You were taught to manifest by hoping, wishing, and attracting. Now, from your verified frequency, manifestation is not about attracting, it is about recognition. You recognize that you already are what you desire. I am abundance. I am love fully expressed. I am peace. These are not hopeful affirmations. They are statements of existing truth. The quantum field responds to these declarations with the force of creation itself. The third tool is coherent broadcasting. You no longer need to push or force outcomes. Your energy field now broadcasts a clear, stable signal. The chaotic noise of the old world can no longer affect you. Wherever you go, you will find that your calm presence influences those around you. You will attract opportunities, people, and resources effortlessly because your frequency has become a beacon of clarity and peace. These tools are not just for you, they are for the world. The next phase of your journey is about stepping into your role as a creator of collective reality. What happens when multiple verified frequencies come together? What happens when your clear, powerful signal meets another? The result is quantum entrainment, a process where coherence multiplies, creating new timelines, new possibilities. This is not just about changing your life. This is about architecting a new world. Together, those of you who have verified your frequency can begin to connect, co-create, and shape the future. Your graduation is not just an individual accomplishment. It is a planetary activation, a shift that ripples through the collective field, stabilizing the entire grid. You are now part of the network of reality architects. Your work is just beginning. And now, this is the message meant specifically for you in the final part of this video. The Cosmic Awakening, your quantum graduation. Have you ever wondered why the challenges in your life seem so overwhelming? Like they are pushing you to your very limits. What if these struggles, these moments of feeling lost or stuck, were actually part of a grand design, a silent cosmic exam testing your ability to maintain peace, stability, and love amidst chaos. Imagine that every moment of pressure you faced, every moment of isolation, was a test of your resilience and your ability to hold a higher frequency, a frequency that is now verified. Your graduation into a new reality is not just a metaphor, but a tangible event, a quantum coherence assessment. And you have passed. But how did you pass? What does it mean to graduate in the quantum sense? This is not about belief. This is about physics. Quantum coherence. To be specific, the universe responds to frequency, and when a consciousness is ready to evolve, the surrounding field increases pressure to test the integrity of that frequency. The challenges you've faced, whether chaotic events, discordant relationships, or existential pressures, were all vibrational stress tests. They were the universe asking you, can you maintain your peace, love, and stability even when the world around you seems to reflect chaos and fear? The old you had to dissolve in order for the new you to emerge. The old world, with all its attachments, your identity, your job, your relationships, had to fall away, leaving behind only the purest essence of who you are now. This was the cosmic graduation process. And the universe wasn't punishing you. It was simply measuring your ability to anchor higher dimensional realities in a world that seemed, at times, anything but stable. Reflect on this for a moment. How does it feel now, looking back at the struggles you faced? Can you see them as the necessary calibration for your growth? The pressure was not meant to break you. It was designed to bring you to a higher level of coherence. Every challenge you faced was a question from the universe, testing your ability to hold a stable frequency under pressure. The shedding of old identities, the dissolving of old relationships. These weren't failures, they were the clearing of the old static, making way for the new, verified frequency that you now carry. This verified frequency is the frequency of the graduate. It is not a frequency of striving or chasing after something outside of yourself, but one of recognition. It's the recognition that you already are what you desire. You are abundance. You are love. You are peace. These aren't aspirational goals. These are the truths of who you are, who you've always been. This is the frequency that you now embody, and it is stable, resonant, and unshakable. It is the frequency of the calm at the center of the storm, the stillness that holds everything together. Now that you've graduated, what tools do you have to navigate your new reality? The first tool is the frequency lock. When the static of doubt or fear creeps in, when old patterns threaten to resurface, you now have a tool to instantly recalibrate. In just 30 seconds, you can lock yourself into your new verified frequency. It's a simple technique that keeps you grounded and ensures that you maintain your stability no matter what chaos arises around you. The second tool is the decree of is in the past. You may have tried to manifest by wishing or hoping for something outside of yourself. But now, manifestation is about recognition. You no longer need to attract what you desire. Instead, you recognize that you already are what you seek. I am abundance. I am love. I am peace. These aren't just affirmations. They are declarations of your energetic reality. When you speak these words, the quantum field responds, not because you are asking, but because you are declaring what is already true. The third tool is coherent broadcasting. You no longer need to fight or force outcomes. Your energy field now broadcasts a stable, coherent signal. Wherever you go, your presence will influence those around you, drawing in opportunities, people, and resources that align with your new frequency. You are no longer just reacting to the world, you are shaping it. You are the tuning fork that sets the tone for everything around you. The world will now resonate with your frequency, and you will begin to see new opportunities unfold effortlessly. These tools are not just for you, they are for the collective. As you step into your role as a creator of collective reality, think about the impact you can have when multiple verified frequencies come together. What happens when your clear, powerful frequency interacts with another's? The result is quantum entrainment, the coherence of multiple individuals, all aligned in their verified frequencies, creates new possibilities for the collective. This is where new timelines are born, where new realities are co-created. Your graduation is not just an individual accomplishment. It is a planetary activation, a shift that ripples through the collective field and stabilizes the entire grid. As you step into your role as a reality architect, you are not just shaping your own life. You are co-creating a new world. The tools you now possess are not just for personal creation, they are for collective evolution. But what happens when multiple verified frequencies come together intentionally? How can you connect with others who have also verified their frequency to consciously co-create the world you've always dreamed of? This is the power we are now ready to explore together. You are part of a network of reality architects, each of you a node in the collective web of coherence, ready to manifest new possibilities for all. Your work has just begun. This graduation, this shift into your new identity as a creator, is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning. You have passed the test, but now you must step into your new role as a sovereign creator within your own field. Together, those of you who have verified your frequencies will co-create a new world, one grounded in peace, love, and abundance. This is your work. This is your calling. Welcome to the network of reality architects. Your journey has just begun. What will you create next? How will you contribute to the collective shift? The new world is waiting for you to step into your power and begin the work of co-creation. If this message resonates with you and you feel ready to take your next step, join us on this incredible journey. Like, share, and subscribe to Quantum Secrets as we explore the power of collective manifestation and create new possibilities together. The time is now, and the future is yours to shape.